Welcome to the American Business Podcast. I'm welcoming you, episode 162. We are in season 5 in the American Business Podcast. The American Business Podcast is the voice of American business. Quote of the day. As you know, we have a great partnership with missionstatements.com. Here is the quote of the day. It is better to have one person working with you than three people working for you. Okay, great. Well, in this episode, in the American Business Podcast, we have a special guest. I'm going to invite our guest to our stage and let's get the conversation started. Great.
Thank you,
Hello,
Kevin.
Mohammed. Welcome to the American Business Podcast.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Nice to be here, and thank you for the opportunity to invite us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much. It's very nice meeting you in the American Business Podcast. And thank you for joining us. Where are you connecting from?
Yeah, I'm here in New York City right now.
Okay, this is great. Well, we are also based in New York City, and it's great that we are in the same city and connecting together. How is your week going so far?
Yeah, it's going great. The weather is getting nice. We can see the spring is coming.
Thank God,
We have been through
finally.
a lot of.
Yeah, so these
Yeah,
years, the winter was really rough in New York City area. So,
yeah,
yes, sun definitely helps for sure.
yeah.
So this is good. Well, hey, we have a lot to cover, and we love to learn from you. I've been looking forward to this conversation because you have a very interesting background, and I love our listeners and viewers to learn from you. If that's okay, let's get started. Um,
Sure.
as a start, would you please introduce yourself and your organization to our listeners and to our viewers?
Yeah, so I'm Muhammad Atif, President and CTO at Purologics. So I started this venture back in 2006 with my two other partners. And the idea, Kevin, behind was that to help the startups or SMEs who are struggling to find right engineering partner to help them to take their ideas to the market and helping them in the digital transformation journey that they have. And I believe that we have a great success over these 2 decades. We have a team of now 500 engineers headquartered here in New York City. We have delivered till now 1300 plus applications in different industries and different domain in the digital transformation. So yeah, that's a quick background about me and my company.
Yeah, this is really exciting. And well, how about your career journey? How did you get started? How your career journey has unfolded over the years?
Yeah, so I have my major in computer sciences. I have always been fond of mathematical problem solving and getting the things to know that how the logic works and trying to break a problem into small pieces and trying to solve that. During my like student life, I have tried to solve like a lot of problems in the like computer programming. I know that I used to code in like Turbo C. Then I have been using assembly language where at one time I built a complete circuit that where you can control the complete like electrical appliances of your home using the parallel port. uh, and I think I have been always been like that kind of uh, having curiosity to look into the things how this works. And once I completed my studies, I started my job at one of the company as a junior software engineer. And at that time I was working in .NET, and I was using Visual Basic, uh, and it was a business application about like bonds and about law in the US. uh, and during that summer, like when I saw that the .NET release a new version, uh, it was about AJX. Like we have to do like a lot of pagination and everything, and each time the page takes a lot of time to load. So I was just surprised at how innovative is that. So I think from there, like when we were working at that company with my other two colleagues, we saw that there is a like huge gap, and there are like SMEs and startups who are struggling to find right engineering partners. So we decided to start this venture. So we started with three people in 2006. Since 2006 till 2022, we have been through a lot of cycles, starting from like core web applications development. Then there came a era where there was a lot of like social media applications development vibe. Like there was myspace.com, Bebo, there was Facebook. So we were building a lot of Facebook applications, MySpace applications. And at that time, one of our application in San Francisco won award for like Facebook funded award due to the creativity and innovation. And then in 2012 there came an era that people started building mobile applications, and iPhone was getting quite like attraction, and then the Android application development came on, and then the era came of cloud application development, and then now we are seeing the AI wave. So I think it has been a great journey. It has been evolving, trending, but we have been enjoying the ride, and we have done a lot of growth throughout this whole journey, and we have tapped into different industries. We have tried to digitize their manual workflow and added a lot of value.
What is the secret of your success?
Yeah, so I think the secret of success is staying like consistent and being adaptive. Because as I was just telling you, that this is an industry which is keep changing. So you have to be adaptive. You need to adopt new trends, new technology, and at the same time, you need to be consistent in delivering the results. And you should be willing to embrace all these challenges that come across with the new innovation or new tech stacks, and you need to provide like effective solution around that. And you need to have a open mindset where where we are ready to learn and implement emerging technologies. So these are some of the factors that really plays a role of success in overall career.
Let's talk about the state of your industry. What is the state of your industry, and what are the challenges and opportunities that you are seeing nowadays that you can share with us?
Yeah, so over the past like 1 to 2 years, what I will say that software industry is evolving faster than ever. Like every morning we wake up and we see all these like top AI companies like Claude, Anthropic, OpenAI. They are trying to solve the problem of software engineers. They are trying to build robust and more like intelligent models that can solve the problem of code writing, right? So I think it's evolving very fast. You have to catch up the pace. You need to adopt that. And if I talk about the challenges, one of the challenges to have the quality talent and to retain them, because the quality talent is really hard to like retain, and you need to provide them all the like opportunities so they can have a clear career path aligned with your business objectives. And the second thing is keeping up with these rapid tech shifts, the one that I was explaining. These are the two major challenges. uh, Despite these challenges, I see there are a lot of opportunities as well, like with the AI. Like a lot of like SMEs enterprise, they are still like using old school tools or legacy system, and some of them are still using, Kevin, you will be surprised, documents and sheets. So there is a huge need of like digital transformation, and then putting a layer of like workflow automation using the AI. And then like some of the organizations, they are still using like legacy old system on prem. They need to have cloud transformation, and these decision makers of these enterprises and SMEs, they need to have data points that they can use to make the decision. So these are different opportunities at the same time that one can like lean into and can start exploring.
Okay, let's talk about one of your popular or your favorite subjects, and it's popular for us because we talk about it in the American Business Podcast often, and our audience they love it. That's AI. You just mentioned a little bit. So, from business point of view, how do you see the impact of AI on business nowadays?
Yeah, so AI is, Kevin, really changing how business operate nowadays, like from automation to decision making. The thing that I was just telling, like the C level, they need to have real time like data points to make their decision. But the real shift is that AI is moving companies from reactive to predictive, and from predictive to autonomous operations. Like if we have a sport agent who is providing like sport, and we are dependent on the human, that they need to see the ticket and they need to respond. So we can set up an agent and we can train it based on all the previous data history, and data an agent, like whenever they get the ticket, they can see like, okay, what is the problem, what they are trying, and based on the history and the knowledge base on which it has been trained, it can automatically reply to the customer. And if there comes a need of human in the loop, we can bring the human in the loop. Similarly, there are like agents where we can have like calling automation. They can respond to the queries. They can take care of a lot of jobs. And the good thing is that these are called digital employees as well. They don't get tired, right? I mean, they can keep working flawlessly 24 by 7. But at the same time, with all these like automations and like all these advancement, a company has to be careful that they have all the security guardrails implemented, that their data security and privacy is being compliant at the same time as well. There are no such vulnerabilities that can cause any kind of like issue in terms of security or data leakage, or stuff like that. So what I see, the biggest winner will be the ones who implement it practically, wisely, and keeping the security guardrails and compliance in the mind.
Yeah, I like the fact that you look at it from different angles. This is very educational for our audience.
Yeah.
Um, yes, you were saying something. Sorry.
Yeah, so I was just like listening one of the like bank CTO. He was telling that without like having a proper like security policy or security implementation guideline enterprise wise, it's going to be a real challenge. So what they found out that most of their employees have personalized GPT or cloud account, and they were pasting all the sensitive data about customers and organization into and getting the opinion. So these
Yes.
are the red flags that one needs to keep an eye. Similarly, a firm who is in software development, if their employees or their software engineers have personalized cursor or other vibe coding tools or agentic tools, and they are like pasting any sensitive code base and getting suggestion or generating the code, they need to be really like careful over there. And also at the day end, from a software engineering point of view, any engineer who is like using those agents or vibe coding tools to generate the code, they need to own the code. They need to make sure that it is not adding technical debt to the code, which can create a problem. And there come stages that when it becomes like hard to maintain the code and you have to rewrite everything from scratch.
It's actually interesting. You mentioned that a couple of days ago we had our monthly roundtable in the American Business Podcast, and one of our guests talked about exactly what you just mentioned: the security of AI. Hey, you roll up your sleeves. You call one of those LLMs, ChatGPT or Copilot or whichever,
Yeah,
and then you ask questions, and then hey, the moment that you put your sensitive data is out there. There is no limit now. It's just out there, and then they literally did a they actually tried. They put something there just to test in one of these
hmm,
LLMs. Just within 15 minutes, it was available in entire
yeah,
internet. So they
yeah,
tested it. So exactly to your point, that's something that organizations and professionals have
yeah.
to pay attention.
So Kevin, we work in healthcare industry a lot. So I remember
Hmm.
we had a very detailed discussion with one of our healthcare enterprise client last year. And I believe that enterprise are doing great job, especially the healthcare enterprise in this domain. They are
Hmm.
not taking any risks like about all these LLMs. Most of them, they are investing on their private data centers, and they want to make sure that whatever models or whatever like AI they are using, it is
Hmm.
on prem and it is not leaving the premises, and they have all the best like AI security like safe security protocols implemented on top of that.
Hmm. Yes. The thing about healthcare is, see, in general with the cloud we try to get global as possible, right? So we try to have with the cloud technology. When I say we, in general technology. So there's the goal is to have one platform for entire world, right? So you
Yeah,
keep the data pretty much available globally. With the healthcare, that's separate. You just like to keep everything within US and in US alone. So it's a completely different structure when you think about it. But how important it is, it's very sensitive with
yeah.
the HIPAA and other regulatory
I mean,
requirements.
even HIPAA's basic requirements are very like tough to manage. They have their privacy, their security, their like breachment notifications to be implemented. So, like, if I'm a software engineer and I'm troubleshooting like a healthcare system, I'm not allowed to see any patient data without context, even being an engineer. So that is the level of security or privacy that we need to implement in a healthcare application. So if you are posting that data to open LLMs, just check like how big vulnerability is that. And there are heavy fines and like around that if these things are being fined in the audit processes.
From your point of view, when you're based on your experience, what are the best marketing practices for the highest ROI for businesses nowadays in general?
Yeah, so I believe Kevin, like if I talk about like marketing channels have been same like SEO, and now we have a mix of GEO and AEO. Along with that, we have social media marketing, we have email marketing, we have paid advertisements. So these are all the channels, but we need to make it more targeted and data driven using the AI and some other automation tool. So what I believe, any of these channels can work out. You just need to have like a clear visibility. You need to have the clear segmentation of the data, that which of these channels are working, and you need to have more personalized reach out through these channels, right? Like if I'm getting, let's say, a email marketing campaign, so it should not be like a journal like message to me. It should be really talking about me, my pain problem, and my organization, what I am facing on. Similarly, if I go to any social media or LinkedIn, if I'm viewing a paid advertisement, it should address me. What are my like what is my background, what I'm working on, what kind of needs can I have. So the point I'm making here, that these all channels are still there, but we need to have more targeted and more personalized reach out to the end customer, whether it is B2C or B2B, and that will be the success over here.
Based on your experience and from your point of view, how would you define leadership, and what are the great leadership qualities a good leader must have?
Yeah, so I think leadership is all about ownership, like owning the results, right? Like whether you are succeeding or whether you are failing, you need to own that. You can't blame anyone else, right? And leadership is about making the decision calmly in tough situation, solving the problems, not raising the noise, and enabling your team to perform at their best, right? Like whatever roadblocks or impediments they are facing, trying to like have a clear path and clear vision for them. So great leader just don't manage, they remove the blockers and create the clarity. So these are some important things a leader should take care of.
Have you had any role models, any mentors who help you shape your career journey over the years?
Yeah, so I've been fortunate to learn from like leaders who emphasize on like integrity, long-term thinking, and execution over talk, right? And I believe that I have learned a lot from like early my days in 2009, 10 from Eric Rice. His book was about lean startup, that how does the MVP and how the startup works and what should be the thinking process around that. And then Paul Graham on the startup side. And in the healthcare, I have learned a lot from Satya Nadella. And but on top of all these, honestly, a lot of my learning also come from operators I have worked with directly, like people who are building and solving the real problems day to day basis. So I come to learn a lot of things from them as well.
If there is one key career lesson that you learned the hard way, what would it be that you can share with us?
Uh, so Kevin, I think one should never underestimate the importance of aligning technology solution closely with the real business need. And why do I say that? Like as I mentioned, we have been doing a lot of work in the healthcare. So in the healthcare, we have seen a lot of these legacy system. What they have done, they have just like digitized the manual paperwork into databases. They haven't solved any problem. Like if you walk into any clinic or any like hospital, you have to go through a lot of paperwork. I mean, and you will see that operator over there, they will take 15 to 20 minutes to do data entry here and there, and they are disconnected EMR, EHR, and different system and trying to solve the problem. So what I believe, technology just shouldn't simply digitize the thing, but it should really like ease the problem. The end problem should be to give the better care to the patient as soon as possible, not to enhance the process. And the second career advice is to be adaptive. Don't wait and try to jump the train, and align your business or career with along with that.
We have a little tradition in the American Business Podcast. I have a question for you coming from our previous guest. And after that, I'll ask you to leave me a question for our next guest, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
So, the question for you from our previous guest is how do you transform your business? Is the transformation as a concept here to stay?
Yeah, so that for the transformation, I think it really takes the courage. First of all, as a leader, you need to have a clear vision, what the transformation is about, what the end goal is, and then you need to have a complete implementation plan, and you need to align a spearhead team who can execute that, and then you need to have follow-ups, or I mean regular check that how the progress is coming along. Like if I give you example about if my company is adopting AI, so I need to have a clear path. Okay, how we can adopt that? Who is like leading that particular initiative, and what problem we are trying to solve? How do we measure? We need to define clear KPIs as well, and we also need to see it's just not the noise or vibe, but it is really adding or adopting, and we see the ROI of that as well. And we also need to see the measurement. Okay, if we are adopting this innovation or new transformation, uh, is it like solving the real problem of, or is it increasing more cost and time? So these all factor also needs to be like taken into care.
And what is your question for the next guest in the American Business Podcast?
Yeah, so I think my question is that like where do you see AI is leading? Are we near to achieve like ASI agentic super intelligence, or is it going to take time?
Okay, great. We'll make sure to ask that question. And in this part of the interview, do you have any question that you would like to ask me?
Yeah, so if you can tell me, like you had a great success, and you were telling at the start that you guys have around 161K subscribers. So
Yes.
how you been marketing? What has been the secret of your success?
Okay, I like this. Yes, thank you. Thank you for this question. I appreciate it. Yes,
Yeah.
actually, we so before we start the podcast, I was actually watching a lot of different podcasts for education purpose. I was watching, learning, and
Mhm.
I saw a need in terms of what we are doing right now in the American business podcast. Most of the podcasts that I saw, they were most of them were really like focused on one niche, which was
Mhm.
great. But if you like to learn
Right.
something else, then you need to go find another podcast. And some of them I saw a lot of business podcasts. They talk about business, and then at some point they always pull it to politics. So it turned out to be a political conversation all of a sudden. I didn't
Right.
appreciate it. So I said,
Mhm.
hey, why don't I start something that actually what I'm seeing that's missing? So that's how I started the American Business Podcast as an educational, informative, non-political business podcast, an American podcast. And as soon as we started, we really got a positive feedback from the American and
Mhm.
international business communities. We have both American and international viewers and listeners. So, and then once we started as an educational angle and informative, and as you notice, our interview style is always professional, always friendly. We don't interrupt our guests. We let them speak, share their insights, and our audience, they love it. And once you start getting views on YouTube, and it starts snowballing after a while, and then you just grow. So to fuel that growth, a couple of things are very important. One is the consistency in the content, consistency in streaming, recording, and pushing to the social media, that positioning. And speaking of position, our position is also solid. We are the voice of American business. It's been the same
Right.
from day one, so it hasn't changed because it's working, and that's something needed in the US. Also, when we say we like to be the voice of American business, we are fundamentally focusing on small and mid-sized businesses and then enterprise. However, from our point of view, small and mid-sized businesses in the US, they are the backbone of US economy. So we like to be their voice primarily, followed by other larger American businesses and businesses in general. So this positioning and this consistency and keep delivering this message and content and having experts like yourself, professionals, business owners, business leaders, this content, we understand that business community really appreciates. So has been the story and the secret of the American Business Podcast so far.
Well, great success. Thank you for sharing that, and
Of
wish you
course,
all
of
the best.
course. Thank you, thank you. This is a great question, though. Thank you, appreciate it. Um, what is your career advice for the next generation professionals?
Yeah, so like as you know, throughout my podcast, this is like a conversation I've been asking to be adaptable. So I think the way the things are changing, one needs to be adaptive. They need to keep learning. They need to stay ahead of the problem, and then not just focus on like one particular stuff, but they need to see solving a meaningful problem. There is still huge need for that particular, like as a software engineer, like if I give an example, it's not just about coding. It should be about like designing the complete system, solving the complete problem, and that is going to be the future.
Yeah, this is actually great that you mentioned. I have a follow-up question just to learn more from you. So, in recent numbers, it shows the reduction in number of enrollment for computer science departments in universities. They are saying that
Yeah.
less students are signing up for computer science, computer engineering departments. How do you see this development?
Yeah, so there has been a real challenge, Kevin, like for all the new graduates to get the job. And I think this is where they need to be more adaptive. They need to make themselves like usable to these latest practices. But because this industry has changed significantly, what it was 2 years ago, now as a software engineer, one should be able to work with the wipe tools, agents, and as a one person as well, instead of like focusing on just front end and back end. And you may have heard like one of the important advice or saying from like Sam Altman that the future is that one person can build one person unicorn as well. You don't need to have a huge team to implement that. Maybe you just have like a number of different digital employees or digital agents who are doing the job, and you are just one person unicorn. So be adaptive, keep learning. There are still opportunities, as I explained above. uh, there is a huge gap for digital transformation, for automation, and a lot of SMEs and enterprises are still like doing the manual work, and they need to adopt that.
Absolutely, absolutely. These are great insights, and thank you for these career advice for the next generation. For those who like to be in touch with you and learn more about your company, what is the best way that they can get in touch with you and learn about your organization?
Yeah, so definitely you can reach out at our website www.purelogics.com, or you can also reach out to me at my personal email muhammad.atif@purelogics.net, and you can find me on LinkedIn or Google as well, Muhammad Atif space Purelogics, and you will find me.
Mohammed, thank you so much for being with us in the American Business Podcast, and thank you for sharing your professional insights and wisdom with us today.
Thank you, Kevin. It was nice to talk to you.
Pleasure is all mine, and thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
And to our audience and to our listeners, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll be right back after a short break. Thank you very much. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Reddit. Do you know the biggest challenge nowadays for American small businesses? That is visibility. That's why we partner with Reddit for Business. There are more than 440 million visitors weekly on Reddit. Furthermore, Reddit is reliable and millions of users are going to Reddit to get the real feedback from real people. It is the number one source for real reviews on products, services, and brands. There is a promotion going on that I'd like you to consider and take advantage of. When you spend $500 on Reddit for advertising, you'll get $500 in advertising credit. True story. I am a Reddit user, and anytime I like to have feedback or review for a product or service, I go to Reddit and I talk to Reddit communities. I get the real feedback and real review from real people and real communities. Scan this QR code and sign up for Reddit advertising. Get the visibility for your company, for your products and services on Reddit with Reddit advertising. Reach people ready to buy your products and services with Reddit advertising. Scan the QR code and sign up today. Thank you for your support. Support for the show comes from Yelp. You know, I've been talking to more than 100 business owners in the American Business Podcast. Do you know the biggest problem for small businesses nowadays? It is visibility. That is why you should sign up and list your business on Yelp for Business. I have the QR code on the screen, and when you scan the QR code, the form will show up on your screen and you can sign up on the registration form. It comes with free trial with no obligation. Make it easy for your customers to find you. Do you know there are more than 70 million customers visiting Yelp website looking for services from businesses just like yours? Restaurants, home services, professional services, and many other businesses are being searched on Yelp on daily basis. That's a great opportunity. If you list your business on Yelp, you'll be findable, searchable, and you'll be visible. When you are visible, when your customers are able to find you, you're in business. You can get opportunities, you can get leads, you can build a healthy and profitable pipeline. Consider Yelp for Business. Scan the QR code, sign up, and start your free trial. It comes with free trial. Very comfortable, no obligation. List your business and start getting the results and enjoy the benefits of Yelp Business. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Invicta Watches. Invicta Watches are known for their stylish design for men, women, as well as for unisex watches. When you scan the QR code on the screen, it will take to their online store and you can start shopping right away. When you go to the Invicta store website, you'll see watches in different collections for men, for women, different colors, different designs, as well as different sizes. There are hundreds of watches that you can see and you can pick from. Because it's end of the year, you'll also enjoy the benefits of their end of the year promotions and discounts. True story, I'm an Invicta fan. I've been using Invicta for many years. I have more than 10 Invicta watches in my wardrobe. This is one of them that I like. The style is pretty cool. I use these pretty much weekly basis. I have another one that I use on my wrist. This one is pretty cool. This one is called Shutter. I can change the face just by turning the buttons, and I can have different style of watches pretty much every day. Because it's pretty business looking, I can actually wear this with my business outfit as well. Please scan the QR code and start shopping today. I'm sure you'll like Invicta watches. They have great styles and different colors as well as different technologies such as quartz, mechanical, automatic, and other watches are also available for your liking and for your choice. Please scan the QR code and start shopping today. Thank you very much for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Anywhere Apps by Kirk Consulting, now Cherry Baker. It is time to digitize and automate your business processes. Anywhere Apps designed for small and mid-sized companies as well as enterprise-level companies to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Today, I'd like to talk about one of the Anywhere apps that's very popular in the US. It is called Nonprofit Management Anywhere. If you are a nonprofit and you like to manage your donations, volunteers, fundraising events, your grants, and other documents for compliance and operational purposes, consider Nonprofit Management Anywhere. It is a completely cloud service. You can start using it today with no need for local installation on your server or on your local laptop and computers. It is user-friendly and it's easy to deploy, and you can start using it today. I have the QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code and you can learn more about Anywhere apps, including Nonprofit Management Anywhere. Well, there is more. If you'd like to talk to me directly about Anywhere apps, you can just send me an email directly, kevin@kirkconsulting.com. Anywhere apps are modern, they are easy to use, they are affordable, practical, and more importantly, that's designed for you to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Scan the QR code or just send me a direct email, kevin@kirkconsulting.com. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Just Answer. Real help from real experts 24/7. Experts such as lawyers, doctors, veterinarians, computer technicians, home improvement experts, mechanics, personal tax experts, computer technicians, and many other experts are available for you 24/7 on Just Answer. You'll get your answers anytime during the day, during the night, 24/7, and you'll get your answers from reliable sources. You can scan the QR code on the screen and you can sign up for Just Answer. The answers you need at a price that is right. Scan the QR code and sign up for Just Answer today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Gemini Trust. Gemini makes crypto simple. Find, trade, and buy over 70 different coins, including Bitcoin and Solana, on the best cryptocurrency platform. Gemini Trust. Start trading crypto here. I have the QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code and start signing up today. Because they have a great customer service, you can reach out to them and get assistance 24/7. Scan the QR code and start trading crypto on Gemini. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Wizen. At the American Business Podcast, we always talk about continuous improvement and professional development. That is why we partner with Wizen, trust the nation's largest network for tutoring. Wizen helps you find the tutor that you need in many different subjects: chemistry, computer, foreign languages, geometry, English, music, physics, reading, SAT, science, and many more. I have the QR code on the screen that you can sign up and start searching for tutors and enjoy the learning experience and continuous improvement, as we always talk about in the American Business Podcast. Scan the QR code and sign up for Wizen today. Thank you very much. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Anywhere Apps by Kerr Consulting, now Cherry Baker. Anywhere Apps are designed to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Anywhere Apps are family of business software products. There are more than 40 products available for business process digitization and automation. Anywhere's apps are easy to use, they are standalone, and they are also ready to integrate with your ERP and accounting software systems. Today, I'd like to promote APS Anywhere, which is part of Anywhere Apps software product portfolio. APS Anywhere, designed for manufacturing companies. Whether you are a process manufacturing company, food and beverage, chemical, and more, or a discrete manufacturing company, automotive, aerospace, electronics, and more. APS stands for Advanced Planning and Scheduling. APS Anywhere is ready to streamline, digitize, and automate your production planning process. As you know, in manufacturing, production planning is not easy. There are always some bottlenecks and challenges. You need to put together your resources, 3M, man, machine, and material. APS Anywhere designed to streamline this process and automate it for you. It is a modern system. It runs on cloud. It also has deployment options for installation on your server or your private cloud environment. The system is scalable. It comes with unlimited number of production planning scenarios, meaning before you execute, you can see the financial implications and timing of your production planning on APS Anywhere. APS Anywhere comes with a very colorful and easy-to-use Gantt chart, so that you can see your production planning on a colorful and easy-to-operate Gantt chart before you finalize your production planning purposes. The system is also integratable. It is ready to integrate your ERP system, MRP system, and other systems whenever there is a need. It is designed for manufacturing companies by manufacturing experts. It also comes with ready-made reports if you like to utilize. Furthermore, on APS Anywhere, you can also use demand forecasting function, meaning based on your past manufacturing and sales figures, the system can predict what will be your demand in the future. This will help you manage your supply chain in a more productive manner. I have the QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code and you can learn more about APS Anywhere as well as Anywhere app software system in general. There is more. I have a direct line for you. You can send me a direct email, kevin@herconsulting.com. kevin@herconsulting.com, and I'll be happy to hear from you about Anywhere apps, APS Anywhere, or any Anywhere apps that is offered by Anywhere apps like Her Consulting, now Cherry Baker. Thank you for your support. It is time to sign up for the online monthly networking event, networking and podcasting together. It is called Connection America Business Alliance, partnered and powered by the American Business Podcast. During this unique business networking event, you'll be able to meet with other business professionals. At the same time, you will be in the American Business Podcast in front of thousands of business-minded YouTube subscribers, viewers, and listeners of the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. Connection America online monthly networking events are interactive. You'll be able to meet with other seasoned business professionals, and at the same time, you'll be able to interact with viewers and audience. That's a unique event. It is because it's podcasting plus networking. If you are in business, you should be networking. And if you're not networking, you are losing business every single day. That is why we created online monthly networking event called Connection America Business Alliance, CABA in short. Scan this QR code and sign up today. When you scan the QR code, you'll see the list of coming monthly online networking events. Pick the one that works for you and sign up. We have limited seating, and today is the great day to sign up for online business networking event. Networking plus podcasting. That is a unique online business networking opportunity. You can introduce yourself, your products and services, and you'll be able to network with other business professionals live on the American Business Podcast. Scan the QR code and sign up today. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Otter AI. Otter is the AI note taker that builds your knowledge and powers your workflow with transcription, automated summaries, AI chat, and more. Get your AI-powered assistant for meeting notes, tasks, and more. Scan the QR code on the screen and sign up today. Otter AI is the latest note taker that you can utilize, and you can set your meetings, you can take your notes, and you can also set up your follow-up actions automatically with the help of the Otter AI. Scan the QR code and sign up today. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being with me in the American Business Podcast. If you'd like to be a guest in the American Business Podcast, please send us an email, guestbooking@americanpodcast.tv. If you'd like to sponsor ABP, if you'd like to advertise in our podcast episodes, please send us an email, growyourbusiness@americanpodcast.tv. You can advertise your company, your products, your services, and your brands in the American Business Podcast. Please send us an email, growyourbusiness@americanpodcast.tv. You can also visit our website, americanpodcast.tv, to learn more about the American Business Podcast as well as our coming streaming schedule. Now you can have your branded company podcast within the American Business Podcast network. We call it Business Podcasting as a Service, PaaS. If you're interested in starting your business podcast in the American Business Podcast network, please send us an email, paas@americanpodcast.tv. As part of our international expansion, we started international podcast editions. When you scan this QR code, it'll take you to our YouTube page. And please go to the podcast section in our YouTube page and you'll see our international podcast editions. They are ABP Espanol, ABP German, ABP French, ABP Hindi, ABP Portuguese, and ABP Turk, that you can listen to American Business Podcast in 6 different foreign languages. Okay, well, we are in the process of increasing our presence in social media. If you're on LinkedIn, please scan this QR code and subscribe, follow us on LinkedIn. If you're on TikTok, please scan this QR code. It'll take you to our TikTok page. Please subscribe. Please follow us. If you are on Instagram, please scan this QR code. It'll take you to our Instagram page and please subscribe. If you are on Facebook, we'll also appreciate your help and support. Please scan this QR code. It'll take you to our Facebook page and please follow us. And finally, we are on IMDb next to other reputable media productions. Please scan this QR code, go to our IMDb page, and please rate us on IMDb. We'll truly appreciate your help and support. I'd like to thank you for your help. Thank you for your support. I'm looking forward to seeing you in coming The American Business Podcast episodes. The American Business Podcast is the voice of American business. The American Business Podcast, America's fastest growing educational business podcast network in this age of AI. Thank you very much for your help and looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.